You want to know something that I don't like?
What's that?
Coons. What's up with that? What's up with them?
Coons?
Coons.
Like raccoons or coons?
Coons.
We here at the Culture Counts podcast do not condone or tolerate any animal hate or slander.
We don't tolerate any coonery either.
Don't trust their new niggas over there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Culture Clouds episode. Damn, I forgot what number we on.
Shit, it's got to be like 10 now, at least.
Nah, it's 9.
No? 9?
Yeah. Season 2.
Season 2, episode 9?
That's where we at.
All right, welcome, folks.
You know, I want to get to a point, though, where we just start calling the name. So maybe the next segments of these, we won't have to do that.
Yeah, because
Man.
it can get quite cumbersome and tiresome for our brains to remember.
Not even that.
Or the episode this is.
Not even that. It's like, if we're going to get up there in like seasons and stuff, like all that, we cut out the season, just have the title of the podcast.
Right. We could definitely do something like that. Let us know if we should do something like that and make our lives more organized and better.
We definitely want to hear y'all responses.
We really do.
We got some responses, by the way, on the Instagram.
Yeah, on the grams.
Yeah, man, people hitting us up.
Yeah, they're like, y'all got some cool shit. They fuck with us, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got international audience. You know,
But do y'all
this,
really fuck with us, though?
You know what I'm saying?
We try to get our views up, try to feed our families out here, and y'all ain't fucking with us.
We trying to get more subscribers. Y'all need to speak to your aunties, uncles, brothers, brethren, sisters.
Play us at the family gathering. We want to go to the cookout.
Hell yeah.
This magical cookout.
You know, I know some of y'all watching in fraternities and sororities. Speak to the rest of Pi, Alpha, Gamma, Kappa, Wappa. You know what I'm saying? Get all of them, watch the shit.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you want to watch us?
Yeah.
Watch us.
Watch us.
We're funny.
We're funny as fuck.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I'd say most times.
More than likely.
More than likely, they will get at least one laugh out of an episode. At least one. I think that's good enough.
So watch us.
Please.
We enjoy it.
We do.
Tune in with us. Interact with us.
Yeah.
We interact back.
Yeah. Also, we're patriots. We don't like jihadists.
We here at the Culture Clouds podcast love all people.
Even jihadists? Nigga, what?
Hey, man. We love all people.
Oh,
we understand
shit.
that there are 3 sides to every story.
I bet.
Your side, their side, and whatever the right side is.
You might be right. There could be like a little kid in like Syria, like a little future Osama, and he's just thinking to himself, like, damn, you know, Culture Clown's actually showing me love. Maybe I don't want to harm the United States.
You know,
maybe I don't want to blow up that plane.
You know what's wild? They only became extremists, technically speaking, because Americans kept trying to push Western ideology on them.
Yeah. Also, the United States funded them at first.
Yeah.
The United States does this thing
them.
where, you train them, you fund them, you call them freedom fighters, right? You say they're on the side of democracy, and then at some point, you pull the old switcheroo, and then you say, oh no, these guys are actually the baddies. And now they have a whole bunch of weapons and training that you've given them. So
yeah. And they only became extremists because, like I said, the U.S. went in. They wanted to have their nukes and stuff set up close to Russia during that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we basically created the monster. We are Frankenstein.
We are Frankenstein.
And they are our Frankenstein ghosts.
That's right.
I feel like a lot of countries could say that about the U.S. though.
Yeah. I mean, there are plenty. You know, I definitely feel like folks here in the U.S. tend to live in quite a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
I was having this conversation with some people the other day. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want them to get targeted by the FBI and then.
Right.
But
we don't get targeted.
Yeah, Un-American. They're going to bring back the House Un-American Affairs Committee that they had during McCarthy's era, and they're going to be like, yeah, Culture Clowns podcast right on the list. We're going to be subpoenaed to come to Congress.
Oh,
why are you being anti-American?
We're going to get red listed. We're going to get the red ladder.
Blacklisted, red listed, yellow listed. You know?
Yeah.
That's
But what
the
were you
thing.
saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, no, it's a really interesting thing though, just to be aware of the vacuum that people live in here and I feel like people in other parts of the world don't live in as much of a vacuum as a lot of Americans do.
You know,
I'll be honest.
I don't want to go on like defending, but this is like home, so I gotta speak devil's advocate.
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing, and this is what I explain to people that are from other countries that don't get it.
Mm.
When you're in America, the United States predominantly, right? You're only really surrounded by 2 other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And with those 2 other countries, they come to you for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Canada, not so much, but Mexico, they usually come to you for all their help.
Mm.
You're basically the beacon of the world, so everybody sees you on this main stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know that everybody sees you on the main stage. Whatever America does, people follow and people listen.
Exactly.
So when you're disconnected from the whole world,
mm-hmm.
and you're in this little corner by yourself,
yeah,
and everybody keep bigging your head up, oh, you're the shit,
yeah,
or reinforcing you're the shit,
shit
throughout your whole childhood,
yeah,
you start believing you're the shit. Like it's
oh
kinda,
yeah.
So it's not that it is that we live in a vacuum.
Yeah, and the bubble thing isn't like oh yeah, fuck the rest of the world type of life. No, it's like a no, it's not. It's not really one of your own design or of your own choosing. It just ended up happening that way because of the socio cultural, right, political, economic and factors that come into play.
And you gotta understand, like being in the world, right? Say for instance, Africa. You have in Africa like 64 or 74. How many countries?
Oh, it's like 54.
I was off. I know it's something before.
No. It's like 53 or 54.
Oh, I thought it was 64. Okay, cool. So you got 54 countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in those 54 countries, y'all are all right there by each other. I could travel to each other freely. In the U.S., you got 2 countries that you see. In Europe, you got all these different countries that you can go see and visit and all that. Even in South America, you got all these different countries that you go visit and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., you only got Canada and Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And half the people in the U.S. don't even have passports to begin with.
Which is insane.
So, think about it. To go to the next, without including Canada or Mexico, to go to any other country, it's going to take a shitload of money.
Yeah. I mean, the dollar, even though the dollar is strong, let's be honest about it. Like the dollar is generally strong, but it still takes a lot of money. Yeah.
To go, like, even to somewhere like Brazil, it's like I was looking today. It was like, let's see how much it costs to go to Brazil.
I'd actually be interested to find out how much it would cost to fly to Sao Paulo or to Rio de Janeiro from here, from Los Angeles. I'm not even gonna lie. This is something that we need to see because no, for sure, it's definitely an economics thing, but for me, it's definitely mostly like we're the powerhouse of the world type of thing, look, and we don't have to.
So flights to Sao Paulo is $867 just to go there.
That's a one stop, 14 hours, 45 minutes.
Right, 14 hours, right? Whereas in other countries, when I was in Spain, we can get on a flight to Paris for like $90.
Mm.
That's there and back.
Mm.
You can't do that in the U.S.
Yeah, you can.
And so when you live in this bubble, in this world, and then everybody's coming to you, like, look at it, everybody comes to you.
From other parts of the world, yeah.
More people come to the U.S. than people go out of the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you get in that mode of, okay, everybody comes to us, everybody looks and sees what we're doing, we're the only country over here, really. We're the dominant country. When people say to America, they say they think in the U.S., right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to learn about anything else? I live outside of that bubble. If all I have to do is live in my life right here. Like I get it. I'm not condoning it and not saying it's right, but why do I have to worry about somebody that's literally half way across the other world?
That's why it becomes.
If I'm in little Minnesota somewhere and you never have to interact with them.
And some of these states are the sizes of individual countries, bro. Like it's like why would Texas? It literally is. It's like
Alaska.
Some of these states really are like a whole flipping country. It's like
I think
and some of them have multiple cities in there, so it's like
Like
living in one country and being able to move to multiple cities within that country.
Right.
It's intense. And now you have that one state that's part of a bigger country. And it's like there's so much more. That's why the United States for me is like is one of the craziest like countries to ever come together, just because you have all this territory, all this land, different areas having been inspired and, you know, changed by different people, different groups. It's like eventually you know, in terms of multiculturalism and culture and architecture, you're getting a mix of it all right here. You don't necessarily have to go elsewhere, which is and I completely understand that. You know, it's you know.
Listen to this. California is 1.7 times bigger than the United Kingdom.
I believe that.
No, I'm reading it right here.
Yeah.
The United Kingdom is approximately 243,000, while California is 403,000
square kilometers. Yeah, and I believe that because a lot of people don't realize, but Europe is actually small. Western Europe fits comfortably into the Sahara Desert on the African continent. It fits comfortably in the Sahara Desert.
And so, yeah.
Western Europe especially is small.
So, given that in mind, all I'm saying is for my foreigners and people that are looking at this is all I understand this. It's not that I'm justifying it, and it's not that we don't care, but we don't have a reason to care.
Exactly. You know?
I know that just basically contradicted myself.
No. It makes perfect sense. And like for me, it's not even like oh, these guys don't give a fuck, because obviously let's make no mistake about it. There are people in this country who like are interested in other parts of the world, and
right.
If they get the opportunity to travel, if they're fortunate enough to have the money, and they can, and people who read a lot and stuff. So it's not like I want to brandish the entire population, but just a lot of people I've met obviously are. This is America. This is why I came here, because it's America. A lot of people just care about America where I'm from. So it's like, why go somewhere where people are gonna be like, oh yeah, American. Yeah, I watch this on television. Do you watch this? I watch that. Everything you watch, they pretty much watch too. Like, you know, you're the center of attention. So yeah,
like so. For me, I try to stay open-minded about everything that I do. Like, I love having conversations with people from different countries to hear their perspective on, like, just different life aspects. Because I don't like the bubble of being in America, like the American bubble. I never did, because I know that the world is bigger than America. But I also know why, for some people, America is all they know and all they ever will know. Because at the same, like I said, the closest country that isn't Canada or Mexico to us is, I think, El Salvador.
Classic El Salvador.
Or, yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Canada is the U.S.'s biggest trading partner? No. Or is it Mexico? I think it might be Mexico. It's
called the TAF agreement? I don't know. Whatever Donald Trump was trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, I know before that there was NAFTA, but like just in terms of between the countries, I think it's either the United States, Canada, or Mexico. One of them is the U.S.'s biggest trading partner. Like and it makes sense, because your biggest trading partner would generally be the country that borders you, because it's easier to get goods through. You know what I mean? It makes a lot more sense. Goods are going to move a lot more quicker than if it was going to be somewhere else. So, you know.
China, Canada, and Mexico.
Together $1.9 trillion worth of imports and exports.
So it's China, Canada, and Mexico, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What does that say?
It's China. And then Canada, then Mexico. That's the rank right there. So China, 635,000 units.
Yeah.
Canada, 581, and then right behind it.
And then Mexico. Yeah, that makes sense. And that definitely makes sense. Also, having open sea, like having a coastline and shit, works to your advantage. And then China, of course, being the factory of the world. Mm-hmm. Being just settled across the Pacific Ocean obviously makes it easy as well. Yeah. And obviously the Asian population in the United States is growing massively, especially on the West Coast, especially when it comes to Chinese. population of Chinese Americans. So that does make sense.
That was an interesting conversation. I got a question though. Switching topics. If you're on set,
yeah,
and you see somebody, you see an actor,
yeah,
and they're in performance,
yeah,
and in this performance they have to use a prop gun.
Okay.
They fire said prop gun. The DP gets shot and dies.
Oh, I know where this is going.
What's your reaction?
If I'm on set and I saw that shit, I think I would be scarred. I think I would be scarred for life because you just don't expect that. You just don't. And obviously this has happened a few times, the most recent being yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
was it the day before?
It happened yesterday.
Oh.
And then it was just trending from yesterday afternoon, evening to today. It's still trending today. And it's like, Alec Baldwin, damn, he's one of my favorite actors as well.
I don't think he intentionally. Let's get that out there. I don't think he intentionally did it.
No. Of course, I don't. I do not believe that he intentionally did it. Like people were saying, of course there's going to be an investigation, but why would he intentionally kill two people in the scene?
He only killed one.
I mean, sorry, why would he kill one person
and
then injure the director? You know what I mean? Like, for what? For shits and giggles? Like, no, come on. It was also, he was the producer, or he is the producer for the film. It's called Rust. And so this is his money going into it. Okay,
it's an insurance thing. That hope they got insurance.
Yeah, no, yeah. Hope you got insurance, man.
Sorry about that.
That's really intense, bro. Because it's your money you're pumping into this. It's possible that your production company or whatever, the people who hired the prop master, the weapons expert, now that weapons expert has given you a hot gun, didn't check it to make sure it wasn't.
My question is, why was he aiming it at the DP anyway? Like, what shot? Even when you do the shots, right? And I want this cool shot, like, you know, why would you shoot it? Why is the DP, like, that's my thing. Set thing, right? Why would you point a gun at the DP? Like, why would they have them, the DP? Why is the DP there in the line of the gun in the first place?
If you're doing say a POV shot, and oftentimes when we have like when we watch action films, you'll see it. Sometimes, like for a lot of John Wick stuff, they'll often do a shot of him like with the gun going forward, or they'll do a POV of the gun right into camera. So obviously,
the DP though is not there. Usually not there though.
Well, on the sets that I've been on, the DP is usually with the first camera. So if it's, say, they're on top of a dolly or something, and they're aiming the camera towards the gun, it's possible that when the gun goes off, again, because it's a blank, they're not expecting anything to come out of it. So, you understand it in that sense that they didn't ever expect anything was going to come out of the gun. So it would make perfect sense for the DP and for the first AC and second AC to be right there, because they're the ones with the camera.
They have like guns though.
Oh, the blanks?
No, I'm saying, do the DP still sit there even with the gun?
Yeah. They'll still sit there and film it, because the whole thing is that the blank, with blanks, nothing actually comes. You know what I mean. So you never expect that anything, because I don't think anything like this has happened since Brandon Lee with The Crow, and then they obviously put in the rules that, okay, the moment a gun is used, or rather before the scene is shot, the weapons expert has it, prop master has it. They check the gun. The scene is about to start. The weapons expert gives the gun to the actor. Scene is shot, cuts. The moment cut is yelled, the gun is supposed to be given back to the prop master / weapons expert, and they're supposed to check to make sure that there's nothing clogging the gun in the barrel or anything like that. Clearly, what happened in this situation is Alec Baldwin was given a hot gun by the weapons expert or by the prop master, and the prop master clearly didn't check to make sure that it wasn't clogged, that there wasn't any shrapnel or anything that got stuck in there. And that's clearly what happened. And then the projectile came out and killed the lady, which is a really, really sad situation, because, damn, it's like, damn, bro, like, how would you feel as Alec Baldwin if you as Jay killed somebody, on set with the gun that you were given. Obviously, you didn't mean to kill the person, but like, what would be going through your minds in the moment knowing that you just killed someone and that you injured a second person who may also potentially have died? Because the dude wasn't like, I think, a critical condition or whatever. He was in condition when he went to the hospital. Obviously, he survived. He's fine now. I think his name's Joel Souza, something like that. Joe Souza. So imagine if that was you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd lose my shit. Like, what the? Everybody on that set getting fired. I ain't paying. Yeah, man. That's just because that's one of those situations. It's just random. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. No, man, you just killed somebody. Like, what the, bro? Because you're not expecting it to go off. You do it. Oh, this is gonna be a cool shot. That's the only thing in your head. Yeah, you're in character.
Yeah,
you're in character. This is gonna be a cool shot. Whatever. I'm gonna kill. Bang. What the? Oh man, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. That would be. Yeah. That's just one of those things that you just gotta be like, man. Dang. Like me as my. I don't know. I really don't know how to react to that.
Yeah. Like the more I think about it, the worse it is.
Like, yeah.
Honestly, because it's like, fuck, he's going to have to go through a whole trial now. I mean, I don't think
they're going to take it to trial because it was an accident. Like, it genuinely was an accident.
It genuinely was. It genuinely was. And I don't, and I mean, even if they were like, okay, cool, let's, investigate what charge him, but drop the charges because we found sufficient evidence. I don't know. We're obviously gonna have to do a whole investigation, but it's a thing of like, damn, bro, like this is your career, dog. Like, how are you ever gonna recover from this? I think that's the perspective I'm thinking of. Like, how are you ever gonna recover from this? These people trusted you on set, you trusted them, and I'm sure
Alec or the prop master.
Oh, I'm like the DP, the director of photography who he killed, as well as the director. So it's like, damn, like y'all were good, like what I'm saying, good times. Y'all been filming everything Gucci. Alright, cool. We're gonna knock out this scene. Bah! Wow, shit, right. You actually just killed her, dude.
Dang. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's just one of those situations. You just gotta be like,
what's the first thing you would do besides obviously calling the ambulance, the police, be like, yo, like this just happened, like
I'm being honest, I don't know. I genuinely, like, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do exactly? Yeah,
I don't. I'm in character.
Yeah,
I'm in character. Like, what else am I going? Like, bruh, I just killed somebody for real.
You just murked somebody. And you just murked the DP. It's not just somebody. It's not just some random grip. Like, you murked the DP and you injured the director. Oh, shit.
This film's over.
It's over, dude.
This film's over. We ain't doing no more shooting.
Yeah, it's over, dude.
I'm going to retire for the next. He old enough and got enough money. I'm retiring for the next foreseeable future. Don't call me for nothing.
For nothing, bro. I'm chilling.
I'm only doing rom-coms for now on. As a matter of fact, when Soul Plane 2 going up?
I might just pop up in 1 or 2 Lifetime films, but that's it.
As a matter of fact, when that new Friday coming out, I might go do that. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. And I ain't doing any scenes where they got any kind of violence. Don't even, as a matter of fact, don't refer to the lines on the page as action lines, because I just call them action lines. Expression lines.
That's funny. They're gonna be like, so we need you to kill him.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a crossbow. It's not even a gun. No. I don't know crossbows, no knives, nothing. He said, don't give me nothing that I could buy. No.
So this scene has a little bit of fight. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to not do this anymore.
Yeah. So this is a prop gun. There's nothing in it. Can't shoot. We just need you to.
Nope.
It's over, dude. I feel bad for Alec Baldwin again. Like I said, especially because he's one of the producers. I mean, it's his film. He's one of the person or one of the people financing it. So it's just like, damn, bro, that's probably the film over, because I wouldn't be able to act anymore for a while. I'm done. I wouldn't be like, even if you wanted to, there's going to be too much going on, dude. The lawsuits and shit, this, that. Nah, it's not happening. It's over.
Yeah.
Anyway, turning subject, NBA.
Hold on, before we get to the NBA,
Yeah,
because I want to make that the question of the day.
oh, yeah.
So we're gonna hold that off. Question of the day, because I got a good question. Let me ask you, what are your thoughts on how this NFL season is going?
Oh, I'm enjoying it so far, man. I feel like I never really used to be into NFL back in South Africa. Like, I knew some of the teams and stuff. I became a Steelers fan, but I wasn't really that big into it. They were just like my team whenever somebody asked. But being here, I've been paying a lot more attention, and the past few seasons have been, but this season the games have been fire. And I've been paying attention to all the teams as well, which is the craziest part, or at least the ones that matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really going to be, watching the Panthers or anything like that anytime soon. I mean, I don't.
They had the most uneventful 3-0 start of any team. But no, I do concur. Yeah, this season has been fun. Fantasy wise, it has been trash because it's like players that should normally be locks to be good. Mm-hmm. They have been like, what? And yeah, it's just been one huge guessing game. Yeah, no logic behind it. It's just like, you know who's gonna do what. But yeah, I do concur. It has been good.
Who do you think has had the best start to the season so
Arizona.
far? Oh yeah. They're killing it right now.
I'm pulling for Kyler to be MVP. Like, I like Derrick Henry. There's talks with him, dude. But I love Kyler. I've been a fan of Kyler since he came in the league.
Derrick Henry's made me a fan of that running back position. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Just the way he's able, just grabs the ball and the way he runs, bro. It's just like knees up, bro. Like proper. Like he was trained to run, dude. You can tell. Like,
one of my favorite things is if you go watch him and the Buffalo Bills rematch, or the Buffalo Bills, him and him last week, whatever, right? It's a play where he's running and the defender is sitting right there on him playing it. He trucks the defender, keeps going. It's like, that's a grown man. Yeah. and then there's another play where he breaks off a 70 yards. I'm like, this man is not human.
He's not.
He just looks like the Predator.
Yeah, he does. He does look like the Predator with his fucking dreads, bro.
It's like, this man is not human.
Yo, anybody that tries to get him, it's over. They try to tackle him.
He trucked the grown man. Bro, I gotta man.
When somebody is moving that fast and they just have such a good center of gravity and they're able to just quickly change direction and they got muscle on them, it's difficult. It's the same thing in rugby. When you have to deal with a player like that, it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. And obviously in rugby, it's a 15-man game, 15 versus 15, so you generally going to have more opposing players on the other side who can try and tackle you. So it might be a bit easier, but in the NFL, it's different. The way that the game's set up, there are a lot more holes, there's a lot more opportunities for you to get away, a lot more space for you to go crazy, No, he's really good, dude. He's really fucking good.
This play is crazy.
Yeah, this is the Bills. Yeah, this was a really good game. I enjoyed it, man. Yeah. He got 3 touchdowns in this one, wasn't it? This is the one. He got 3 touchdowns. Yeah.
That's a grown man, like, bruh.
He's disgusting, dude.
Hold on, wait 1 second. Where is it?
Just the way he has such good, you know what I mean? Just the way he's just disgusting, dude. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah.
Look. Boom.
23. He's like, I'm good, I'm up. It's like, nah, my nigga, you felt that.
Look. Boom. It's like a grown man.
And I love how the crowd is like, ooh.
It's like, bro, you can't do that to a grown man.
You cannot do that to a grown man, dude. The NFL is crazy. Like, one thing I will say is the tackles in the NFL, like just wild, dude. Because in rugby there are some tackles you can't make. Like in the NFL, you can dive at a dude's legs, like not even put your shoulder in and shit. I see it all the time. Dudes just diving in, dude. No, it's not a proper tackle. Like you just trying to take the dude's legs out. in
It's called
rugby,
chop blocking. You can't do chop blocking.
I see that shit all the time in every game, dude. Niggas diving straight at the dude's legs, bro. Like not even trying to like make an effort to properly tackle him. Like in rugby, you can't do that because it's deemed as a dangerous tackle. You could break the person's leg. But I see it in every NFL game. Niggas diving in, boy. I'm like, whoo.
But to that point, guess what? One, rugby they don't have pads on. Two, rugby is that European shit.
He says that European shit.
We're American.
Damn Americans.
We don't do that gentleman shit. We do the dang. I'm over here cussing.
See?
I did a whole. I was doing good, but yeah, it's real football. Although
that's football.
Anywho, you ready to move on to this or that?
NBA.
Well, what do you want to talk about the NBA?
Quickly wanted to just talk about the 75th anniversary.
Well, that's what my question was going to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my question was going to be this. Well, what are your thoughts on it, rather?
I thought that I saw a lot of names. I'm considerably probably more into basketball than I am NFL. I probably know a lot more of like the greats and shit. And so there were a lot of names on there that I saw that were standard. You know what I mean? That like made perfect sense. Your Kobe's and your Michael Jordans and your Moses Malones and your Larry Birds and your all, like Bill Russell, all the the names that you'd usually expect. Kareem Abdul, Hakeem Olajuwon, all the usual shit. I think it would be interesting to talk about who's not on the list. So 3 names that frequently have come up that were omitted from the list were Tracy McGrady, Dwight Howard, and a lot of people were pissed that Kyrie wasn't on there. I'm interested to get your thoughts on one of the 3 or all 3 or whatever. How do you feel?
Okay, so T-Mac should have been on it.
Okay.
Or I understand why T-Mac should have been on it. Somebody that wasn't on it that was low-key kind of like, why wasn't he on it? Vince. Vince
Carter. Yeah, he wasn't on it. Yeah.
Vince Carter made dunking entertaining. He has the most famous dunk in the dunk contest. And also he would play, you can't tell the story of the NBA without Vince Carter. Dwight Howard definitely should be on the list. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today. He was going down all his stats stuff. I was like, yeah, I don't know how the hell Dwight's not.
Yeah, that shit don't make sense, dude. What?
I don't know what happened with that, who was ahead of that, but yeah, Dwight should be on there. As far as Kyrie, I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like, no, because I love Uncle Drew. I love Uncle Drew. But I'm not enough of a historian of the game to say if he is or isn't. But I will say this. In my personal opinion, he is. Because here's the thing. Kyrie, if he wins a ring, if he gets vaccinated, and then gets a ring.
Get vaccinated, kids.
If he gets vaccinated and wins a ring with Brooklyn, he will be a part of the 2 most memorable. He'll be a part of the 2 most historic rings of all time, with Brooklyn getting their first ring, and then a part of the most unique comeback in NBA history in that 3-1 down versus Golden State Warriors, and he hit the shot.
Do you think it makes sense that say somebody like Damian Lillard is in there over somebody like Kyrie Irving or over?
I think put it like this:
Dwight Howard or Vince Carter.
I like Dame. I love Dame time, but I don't think Dame has done enough in his career to make 75th. Like, yeah, I think Dwight or somebody should have been in that spot because I don't think Dame is cool, and Dame time is like one of the most like, I love seeing him pull up and be like Dame time. But when we look at Damian Lillard's career, he hasn't done anything 75th, like being 75 greatest all time. He hasn't done it enough in his somewhere like somebody like Dwight Howard, he's been the most valuable big man. He's won NBA. He's been in the NBA All-Stars. He's won a ring. He's been leader of a team and then took a team to the playoffs, beat LeBron.
What about someone like Kevin Durant? Because he's also in that 75.
Well, yeah, Durant's a walk-in.
Yeah, that's a shoe-in.
Yeah. That's not even a question. Kevin Durant might be top 10.
Oh, really?
Way in the top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He's a 7-foot walking bucket.
Yo, that would be interesting. I mean, let us know if you think that he is top 10. Like he's easy top 10 walking. Okay.
He's a walking bucket. Like nobody. Yeah.
Oh, final question I have on this. Klay Thompson. I don't know if you saw what he said, but he basically came out saying that he thought that he should have been chosen, and that he felt that he did enough to, as some people would say, because some people see him as like probably the second best shooter of all time, to be honest.
And so here's my thing.
Do you think they did him dirty?
And that's where the history of the game and all that stuff comes into play. I'm not a historian of the game, so I can't say. I like Klay Thompson, but I also know that there are other people. When you're doing the 75th of all time, there are other people that were Klay Thompson. You got to account for people that were where they were at their time. And yeah, the athletes these today are better. You can't discount what people were for their time, so you got to take it in what they did for their time. And I say that to say this: Klay Thompson, he's never been the guy. He's never been a guy on his team. While he is a dynamic shooter and one of the greatest shooters of all time, it's always been Steph or KD whose team has been. He's never been, what am I looking for? He's never been in any MVP conversation. And he's never been the guy. Like, Klay Thompson, as great as he's great, but he's never been the guy.
Do you think he really needs that? He only really shines when he has that support from other very good players.
I think he'd be great by himself. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I think Klay Thompson is a great player and he can go in any system. However, he's never been the guy, and I don't think, if I'm looking at from a historical standpoint, you're looking at guys that were doing what he's doing for their time.
Yeah.
And so I get that aspect of it. However, with somebody like Kyrie, he's not been the guy, but he's been a part of the two most. If he gets vaccinated and wins with Brooklyn, he'll be a part of the two of the most valuable rings of all time. And that's getting two cities their first ring.
That's big. He will definitely be remembered for that. Yeah.
And he closed the one with the Warriors. That 3-1. He was a part of that. So if people say, he doesn't, that's not enough, then cool, I get it. But Dwight Howard has been the guy. He has been the guy. That's hands down. He has been the guy.
There's no excuses for why he should be left off.
Like, Dwight Howard has the numbers, has the stats, has everything to say, I belong on the top 75 players. Now, he's a little too playful and all that, whatever. I'm not going to say I've been a fan of Dwight my whole... Like, I'm not really ever been a huge Dwight fan. But game respects game. He has been the guy before, and you can't just say... You can't tell the story of the NBA without saying what Dwight Howard did for that stretch where he was what he was. Like, Dwight Howard took Superman from Shaq and made it cool. Again. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on that.
All right.
So moving on. This or that. You want to do a little this or that?
This or that. Let's do it. Saucy.
So for this week, I wanted to do Black Hollywood. So these topics can be people or things. So you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
First one I got, just for the culture. In totality, their whole career.
Oh boy, here we go.
Everything. When you think Halle Berry or Beyonce, you can go off whatever you want, but just whatever.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with Beyonce.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Beyonce.
I love Halle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love Halle.
You know what I'm saying?
I got to meet Halle Berry one time. I didn't tell you this story one day.
Wait, you met her?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Tell me about it, and then I'll go on to. He's hiding shit from us, yo. He's hiding shit from us. That's crazy.
Long story short, she came up to my job, and yeah,
yo, that's wild.
And I was just starstruck. Oh my man, bro, she smells so good. Oh man, I just sat there and like, hey, how's it going? She was like, hi, how's it going?
I've seen that. No, I'll definitely say, listen, I was first obviously acquainted with Halle Berry because, different shit, X-Men, first X-Men is still one of my favorite superhero films of all time. When people talk about superhero films, they don't give the first X-Men film enough credit. That film was fucking amazing. Obviously, so Halle Berry in that. Halle Berry was a Catwoman as well. She was Halle. She was that black woman that, you
and
saw
then everybody wants her. She's the most beautiful woman in Hollywood.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, she's fine too, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo. And then obviously Beyonce, I came to learn about through like Destiny's Child, and she was also in Dreamgirls, if I remember correctly, and so she saw that she's multidisciplinary and she can act, and I just feel like Beyonce just has such a massive fan base. She has a massive fan base. She's impacted the culture hugely. She's one of the greatest singers of all time. That's facts. It's just disgusting. She's been in lots of good films, and it's disgusting. And her husband Jay-Z, they're both super important to the culture, and as a couple, that couple by itself is massive for the culture.
Right,
massive.
Ultimately, what it comes down to me is this: I'm more entertained by what Beyonce has done, like all Beyonce's things, than I am by Halle Berry's things. Yeah. To be honest. Like Beyonce has way more things that I'm entertained by and go back to than Halle Berry. Like I can name like 5 Halle Berry movies, like maybe not even that many that I actually just like. But she's the most beautiful woman in Hollywood. Give it that. Yeah. But in totality of their career, Beyonce has done way more than Beyonce. I mean, way more than Halle Berry. And she has way more things going for her that are entertaining to me, and that entertained me and grew, like stood out to me. So yeah,
I agree. Definitely Beyonce. Yeah, I love you, Halle. I love you, baby. Love you.
So, you ready? Denzel or Morgan Freeman?
Yes. Flip. Oh shit. Denzel. I gotta go with Denzel. Morgan Freeman, one of the GOATs, man, but Denzel. I gotta go with Denzel. I feel like a lot of people know Morgan Freeman as the elderly black man with the deep voice who says super wise shit, and he's in this film and that film, and he was in Shawshank Redemption and Seven, and Olympus Has Fallen, and it's Morgan Freeman, right? Obviously, but Denzel, dude, I feel like Denzel dude, it's Denzel. It's Denzel. I can't. Yeah,
I concur. Yeah, Denzel for me. Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors. But I will say this: Morgan Freeman has been in some of my favorite movies. But Denzel has been in one of my favorite, like all-time favorite movies, The Training Day and American Gangster.
Oh hell yeah!
Those are two of my favorite movies of all time.
Training Day. I even fucked with The Equalizer.
You know what my favorite Denzel movie is though?
Bone Collector. He was also Bone Collector as well. That was fucking good movie.
Oh, you know what my favorite Denzel movie is though?
Which one?
It's low key, and I don't know if a lot of people know it, but John Q. It's a movie basically.
It had that nigga who died.
His son had a need of the heart.
Yeah.
And so he had to go hold up the hospital to get his son his heart. That's probably his best movie to me. But yeah, Denzel for me, yeah, that's the guy. Like
the goat, bro.
But yeah, I will say give Morgan Freeman his flowers that he's been in a lot of movies that I love.
Morgan Freeman's been in a lot of shit. Like
he's been in my favorite superhero. He was a part of my favorite superhero franchise with the Batman.
If I'm not mistaken, he's the actors with like a massive, roster of things that he's been in over the years. Like just huge, just massive.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Kevin Hart or Cat Williams?
Cat Williams.
hands down. Cat Williams is like, put it like this. I love Kevin Hart and what he's done for the culture and for the sake of comedy, like pushing the boundaries and giving people their opportunities and doing what, like, for me, I would love to have a Kevin Hart career. But Cat Williams, joke for joke, is one of my favorite comedians of all time. And his jokes, let's just be honest, Cat Williams is a way better joke teller and storyteller than Kevin Hart.
I would love to have the Kevin Hart career with the Cat Williams sense of humor, the Cat Williams jokes. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do, and I feel like there's really only been a select few stand-up comics who can have a very successful career and still go with the Cat Williams raunchy type of. One of them is obviously Dave Chappelle, who doesn't give a fuck about what he says. Because let's be honest, Kevin Hart's type of humor is tailored.
Right.
It's a very specific kind of almost family-friendly humor. Now, like, you can sit down and watch it with your kids, and he might say then, one or two, but it's not on the level.
I would say this: the difference between the two is this. Like you said, Kevin Hart is moving into more of a mogul. I want world acclaim. Whereas Cat Williams, to me, is, when I tell you, like, comedy kind of like shaped my view of the world and kind of helped me learn about the world. Like watching comedies like Steve Harvey and my favorite comedian, hands down favorite comedian of all time, Steve Harvey. But like watching them tell stories about the world and give updates about how life, like the Kings of Comedy and all this, and like, so I learned a lot from watching comedies. And that's how you're supposed to do comedy. You're supposed to comment on life and like what's going on in life and like give people, spoon feed people knowledge while telling jokes. Cat Williams, to me, the way he's able to take what's going on in the world, no matter what it is, and then bring it back and make it funny time after time after time. It, like you said, not a lot of people can do that. Kevin Hart, to me, I feel like has got to this point now where he's so big, he's too big for his own self. Like he can't go that route anymore because he has a lot of more audience now. He can't just just tailor to. And like I said, I love Kevin, and I love I love the brand of Kevin. But I understand that when it comes to this comedy stuff, he's not touching Cat Williams. And that
100%. And you just said a very important word, brand. I feel like Kevin Hart, and I'm sure he's talked about this a lot, about branding and branding yourself and what your brand is. He definitely killed it branding-wise. Eventually he knew, okay, this is the route I want to go. If I want to have Netflix specials and I want to do this, that, and I already have a fan base, I don't have to swear in my shit. I don't have to go crazy. I just keep it, chilled, make cool, he knew what his brand was.
Right.
And he made it a thing. And good on him. But when people, let's be honest, when people say, okay, give us a list of top 5 to 10 black comics of all time, like,
he won't be on
He won't be on it. For me personally, he's not. Like, I don't find.
I get the brand aspect of the business side.
Yeah.
But like I said, and what it comes down to this, and this is the question I ask myself a lot: do you want to be the greatest of all time, or the richest of all time? And that's one of the things that you really have to sit down and I ask myself a lot.
That's a deep question.
Like, do you want to be the greatest of all time, or do you want to be the richest of all time? And it's kind of like for a long time, it was like in the NBA, you see all these players getting these max contracts in these sorry teams, but they weren't going anywhere. They knew they weren't going anywhere because you got this trash team around. You get a max deal like Damian Lillard, right? Plays for Portland. Max out his contract. Well, let's be honest. We don't expect Portland to ever do anything.
Yeah.
But he's going to accumulate this money. So what's more important to you is, do you want to be rich? And either route is fine. Either route is fine, and I don't begrudge anybody for either one. But there's a difference between being great and just doing it for the money. And that's one of the things you got to understand. Like, that's for me. That's one of my questions that I ask myself, because I'm tired of being broke. But
you're right, yeah.
At the same time, like, man, which route do you want to go on? Do you want to be great, or do you want to be
at some point you're gonna have to make that decision.
Right.
And
put it like this. For instance,
yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson has the highest growth. Is the actor with the most highest grossing films of all time, right? But nobody would ever say Samuel L. Jackson is the greatest actor of all time.
One of like the one of the coolest, one of the best. Yeah. But he's not.
Right.
We say top 10 male actors of all time. There's way more actors you could put in there before you put Samuel L. Jackson.
Even though his highest grossing, whereas Denzel Washington, you know,
he's definitely in the top 5.
Yeah.
You said the top 5 male actors
or
of all
Morgan
time.
Freeman. Let's do. Or I give you a better example. Forrest Whitaker.
Okay.
Not a high gross, like his films don't do high grossing and whatever, but he would definitely be in that conversation of greatest actors.
Yeah, top 10. He would be. He has fucking Lost King of Scotland, fucking even the show that just came out, A Godfather of Harlem. He's flipping great. Well, it didn't just come out, but it's been out for like 2-3 years now. That show is amazing, and he's great in it. He's really great in it. You know, that's a very good point, and only some people are able to. Only some people are able to become great and then make the bands too.
You will make the money. The money will be there, but it won't be all the way there. Like you won't never get to that height of where. Put it like this: Dave Chappelle, even though he's getting both and both right now, he would never reach that success level as Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I guess you have to be in what you do. You have to be like Steven Spielberg level type shit, where it's like you're close to $1 billion. Off of what you've made, and you're a household name. You're a household director. You co-created DreamWorks. You've made all these films. But do you think that Steven Spielberg, early on in his career, before he became Spielberg, do you think he said to himself, "Fuck it, I just want to make great shit, and if the money comes, it comes"? Or do you think he was like, "I want to focus on the money, so I'm gonna just see what I can do, like, to just get the bands, like, you know what I mean?"
But here's the thing: do we really count like he's close to $1 billion, but that happens though. That's just triage. It's like happens because his movies over time accumulate that. I give you a better example. It's the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake argument. Kendrick Lamar probably would never make what Drake make. He'll never make what Drake makes. But Kendrick Lamar is better rapper than Drake.
Yes,
because he's he's going to be great. Nas and Jay-Z. No, okay. Yeah, Nas.
I mean, now Nas is making money, but it's from the tech. It's not even from the rapping. It's from the tech shit that he's making his band, which is interesting. But
and so like it's just one of those. You when you go into this whole thing, it's like, what are you doing it for, and understanding what you do it for. I don't begrudge anybody for doing what they do, because at the end of the day, it's about feeding your family and then putting food on your table and being happy with what you do and where you at. As long as you can kick your feet up and not have to worry about struggling anymore, that's all that matters. So once you figure that out, go with it. I'm not here to judge anybody on what they do in their life.
Not here to disparage anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking sides. If you want
to, like, put it like this: if it's about the money, it's about the money. If it's about the art, it's about the art. And yeah, you can have both, but you won't never reach the height that you get. You can do both, but you'll never reach the heights in which you get if you only focus on one.
Yeah, please let us know, which one do you think you should focus on, or do you try and do a balance of both? I'll be interested to hear what people are saying, because, like you said, I think a lot of people it does come down to that. Are you gonna sacrifice the greatness for the money, or the money for the greatness?
Right.
Or are you gonna try and split your time between both?
That's the question of the week.
Which is difficult to do.
Question of the week. That's the question of the week. Which is more important, greatness or financial value? Greatness or value? Which is better? Which is more important? We want to hear y'all opinions down below. All right, got another one for you. Atlanta hip hop or LA hip hop? Totality.
Oh shit! So, in total, like over the years, we're not just saying the last 5 years or whatever. West Coast. I gotta go LA. I gotta go LA hip hop. Because I'm just definitely more heavily influenced by West Coast stuff, especially growing up. NWA, You know what I'm saying? Just like Death Row Records, like everybody. Snoop, Dre,
Right.
Ice Cube, got Warren G, got you got niggas like Sugar Free, you got DJ Quick, you got there's just too many, bro. Like the list is endless, dude. Corrupt.
I'm gonna go opposite of that.
I'm
going to Atlanta.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong. The West LA hip hop, it was the cream of the crop.
Yes.
However,
oh boy, here we go.
Boys from the South got something to say.
There's always a but.
Them boys from the South, hey man. Since the South came up, that Atlanta started bubbling up, and the whole South rose with it. They have not looked back.
I think that's
they have literally held the culture in the palm of their hand for the last 2 decades.
Southern rappers do
have
for the most part hold the culture.
They've held the culture in their hand for the last 2 decades. LA hip hop. While even today you got your Schoolboy Q's, Kendricks, your Absols, and all those.
You got your.
They don't hold the culture in hand.
You got your Vince Staples.
They don't move the culture.
That's true.
Like Atlanta.
I'll be honest. You're right.
And for that's a long stretch. Like, think about it. LA hip hop had their stretch from the 90s, from let's give them 80 to 2000.
Yeah, late 90s, because niggas were releasing underground tapes like in the late 80s.
So we're gonna give Atlanta its run from literally 2003 to now.
Was that like the emergence of kind of Outkast?
Like Outkast, yeah.
And Outkast is definitely one of the best rap groups of all time, dude. Best
Outkast
best
or UGK?
duo. Outkast.
No, I'm going UGK.
Really?
Bruh.
Really?
No, man.
Really?
Bro, you gotta understand. Here's the thing. Outkast is good. I love Outkast. But fam, I swear to you on my grave, I would not be surprised if I was conceived on UGK in Too Short.
Now I think he's just trying to argue with me.
No, it's true. Fam, Pimp C probably was the chorus to what was going on when I was being conceived.
R.I.P. Pimp C. But my
daddy lives and breathes UGK, bro. Like, and it just sunk down. And then when you listen to that man, Chad Butler, UGK, for me, it's UGK. I get it.
Sipping on, I do love me like some 3-6 as well, and sipping on some Scissor is definitely one of my favorite tracks of all time. Like when that shit came on, that's definitely one of the beats that also made me want to even get into.
That's not Atlanta. I know it's not Atlanta.
I know. I'm just saying, like, just like the whole Southern scene, like I vibe with it heavy. You know what I'm saying? And UGK, I can understand why you would say that. And old jokes aside, I do. But yeah, definitely out of Atlanta, my favorite will always be Outkast.
I get it. Georgia. Like, I'm not gonna argue anybody that says, but for me, coming from Louisiana, where that little area, can tell me UGK wants the shit. UGK is, hey man. Like I was telling, I had a conversation with my friend last week, or maybe even 2 days ago. I don't know. Anyway, he sent me a TikTok of this girl. She was singing. She was like, "Oh, you ain't from the South if you don't know these songs." And International Players Anthem came on, and she was mouthing the words completely wrong. I was like, "Hell no, ain't no way hell you from the South," because those first few bars of Pimp C line, if you don't know those, that's like not knowing the Lord's Prayer. That's like.
He said, "Yeah, that's a funny comparison." He just said that's like not knowing the Lord's prayer.
It really is,
dude.
My bitch choose said, "Lover never fuck without a rubber. Never in the streets like it on top of the cover. Money on the man." Don't even get me started.
Yeah,
but yeah,
even Lil Wayne had to steal that line.
Yeah,
he had to steal that for.
But I was gonna say Cash Money, but you ain't ready for that. But. Like I said, Atlanta has held the culture in the palm of its hand for literally 2 decades. That's longer than any hip hop area of anywhere.
And I mean they've definitely had a vice grip on hip hop for at least the last 10 years.
No, last 20 years.
You think so? In totality, you didn't think there was a time where like it kind of was like, okay, maybe.
What time did it waver? What time was Atlanta or?
Do you think that late 2000s period there weren't other like places in the U.S. that were kind of popping for their sound? I mean, I
put it like this: what place there may be popping places that popped up and said, "Hey, we got something to say too."
Right.
But tell me, from 2003 to now, what place in hip hop has had as much as a hold or influence on the whole culture as a whole than Atlanta, Georgia?
That's a very good point.
Like, you had places that popped up, like in the Midwest. They came in with Nelly and all that.
Yeah.
They came in and
with
that drill music in Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago drill. Shout out.
When we talking about the culture and everything that's going on, it's been Atlanta.
ATL holding it down. I need to get out to ATL. I need to see what's good.
Let's take a trip.
Honestly, I'll be down for that. I got my work permit, y'all. I got my work permit 2 days ago, which means that illegal. I can make some money now, make some cool. I can't be doing under the,
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna snitch on myself because the feds could be watching, but
you just snitched on yourself.
Disregard everything I just said because I know there's one agent watching right now. Disregard everything I just said. Yeah.
Anywho, last one. You ready?
Yeah.
And this is the age-old question. Tupac or Biggie?
Are we talking like rapping?
Whatever you want to call it.
I think rapping ability, Biggie. Mm-hmm. Biggie was definitely the better rapper.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
In terms of, look, they both had a massive impact, not just on black culture, but the world in general. But I think that if we had to be more honest, people would say Pac, because he was a revolutionary.
Right.
And I think that's why. Biggie wasn't a revolutionary. He was just this, big dude out of NY who could rap really fucking well. Mm-hmm. And people loved his story and they loved what he had to say.
Right.
With Pac, it was all of that. And it was the fact that he was a revolutionary. His mama, Fanny Shakur, was raiding the Black Panthers. So there was that. There were different elements to it's crazy because I've been watching a lot of stuff on Tupac lately, and it's crazy because he wasn't even like a hood or like thug. At first, he wasn't like that. He went to school with Jada Pinkett Smith. And all the teachers would be like, "Oh yeah, this dude's super intelligent. He's super bright. They're a well-mannered young man." So he wasn't even. But I guess he ended up, when he got into the music, or ended up kind of veering that way and kind of using the whole thug persona as a way to trying to get people out of that mode of thinking. I don't know if that was his plan, I guess, but either way, I think on a bigger level, yeah, he was on a much bigger like kind of stage, a much bigger wave. Definitely the revolutionary thing, I think. I gotta go with Pac. Pac in terms of influence, Biggie in terms of being a better rapper.
Honestly, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
If we're just talking about straight rapping, Biggie Smalls, and y'all can fight me, whatever. Don't come at me. I don't care because it's not a discussion. There's no greater rapper than Biggie Smalls when it comes to just style, flow. He literally gives you lyrical orgasms.
Mm.
Like, bruh, it's nobody that can paint a picture better than Biggie and then put it in this soliloquy of like words and just silky smooth delivery. Like, and he's just sitting there rocking the mic. He's not hyping up or nothing. He's just sitting there jamming and rocking. There's not a better rapper than Biggie Smalls. Never. However, if we're gonna talk about impact, it's Pac.
Yeah.
Pac had the impact. That's where his focus was. Like, people would tell you Pac wasn't the greatest rapper, but Pac made great songs that you can ride to, vibe to, and then live your life and be like, yeah, I relate to. Pac had a message that people wanted and needed.
Mm.
He came at a time to fuck the world up, and he did.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that like you said, when it comes to just rapping, Biggie. But when it comes to influence, Pac. And you can't have one without the other. And if you start your Mount Rushmore and neither one of them are there,
you're dumb.
your Mount Rushmore is invalid.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's the other two spots on the Mount Rushmore are definitely up for grabs. A lot of people, some people might say that third spot got to go to Kendrick, but again, I'd say it's too early.
No,
that's exactly what I would say. It's too early. Those other two spots are up for grabs, but you've got to have Biggie and Tupac on your Mount Rushmore. It's if you're
put it like this, we ain't even gonna talk about if Biggie and Pac don't make your list, then you're biased or you just hate it.
Yeah,
like, it really is just that simple. Like, there's no way that a top greatest of all time list starts and Biggie Smalls and Pac aren't at the top of that list.
And
they literally have the road. Those are the two road maps for any rapper. Like, everybody has their own lanes, but let's not forget where that 2-lane street started from. That 2-lane street that everybody branches off and go build their own lanes. It started with Pac or Biggie.
Yeah,
like stories, like it branches off. It's like a tree. Those are the two things that it branches off.
Yeah,
from.
That's a good way of explaining it. Like
and to them, it was all just one kind of the same thing, but they kind of showed that you can go two different ways. And that's how you look at it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I agree.
And with that, you got an artist of the week?
Yeah. I don't think so. Do you have an artist of the week?
Let me see.
Cause I'm like, damn. I might. Let me see. I might have.
You know what? Let's get an artist of the week to. You want to give? It's been a while since we shouted them out. So for this week, the artist of the week, as y'all know, is our way to give our shout outs to people that we still are doing their things and doing their things well. And for this week, I want to give a huge shout out just to reestablish that our sponsor. I don't know if y'all ever pay attention to the opening credits. Our sponsor that's been holding us down or whatever is still in doing his thing. It's Cam from Black by Cam. He's out here doing his thing right now. He's got new merch up. Please go check him out.
Please do.
His Instagram is hold on one second. Let me give you
Black by Cam?
Yeah, Black by Cam at ING. That's BLACKBYKAM at IG.com. Definitely go check him out. He got some new merch up, and it's definitely worth checking out. And he got some dope little merchandise up.
Hell yeah, please do.
Go get you a shirt.
Yeah.
Or a hoodie now.
Yeah, or a hoodie. Hell yeah. We're trying to support, in general, we try to support all businesses, you know what I'm saying? But obviously we want black-owned businesses. It's good, generates money, in the community. And so we want to see more entrepreneurship. It's not for everybody, but for those it is for, we want to see you excel at it, for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with that, don't forget the question of the week, which is more important, financial gains or artistic expression?
Greatness. Yeah.
Greatness. So which is more important, to be the richest or be the greatest?
Yeah.
And with that, Culture Clowns, we out.
Peace.